Okay, so this is my take on Mob versus Tatsumaki. There are a few things coming up. First of all, when it's the one statement to conclusively put normal Mob below Tatsumaki. He did say that Tatsumaki would lose to normal Mob. Tatsumaki would win against normal Mob. So the speculation here will be mainly on 100% and triple question mark percent versus Tatsumaki. Okay, with that out of the way, let's start with Mob. We've seen kind of more stuff from Mob, and yeah, that'll be a good place to lay the groundwork. Okay, normal Mob. He's sort of around car level. He can lift cars. His main thing is he's got fine control over his telekinesis. He doesn't really struggle in controlling it at all. He doesn't even need to see what he's manipulating. He does the weight thing where he moves all the weights around him. He isn't even looking at most of them. Okay, so that's normal Mob, by the way, because he really isn't relevant to this. 100% Mob. Well, I shouldn't say that because it's not really one person. It's like a collection of different emotions. I'm just gonna rank. This is personal, so don't take me out of context and say like, oh, you conclusively think they're better. This is just my opinion based on what I've seen and the utility they've displayed. In my opinion. So let's do the positive emotions first. Ecstasy. He's kind of got low control. So he doesn't really do all that much. Friendship, he completely absorbs an attack and takes the emotion out of it. He uses empath abilities, and he redynamics it with his own energy and his own emotions in there. So it's quite impressive. I would count gratitude, but gratitude, I'm not 100% convinced that was actually an explosion of that. I think that was his killing intent and the energy, and it was just the way it was narrated that made it seem like he had an explosion of that. Again, this is all personal opinion. Compassion. Okay, so compassion. He felt sorry for him, He was kind of late on in the fight, so it had to be quite high here, but it's not quite on the level of courage. Courage was, I won't say it was equal to 100%. It was 100% power output. Sorry, it was probably slightly below. Yeah, that's Okay, let's go on to the negative emotions. Rejection was entirely defensive. It was a single-use ability that didn't really seem to do anything all that impressive. It kind of protected his mind, I guess, a little bit. It knocked him out, for starters. Then we'll go with animosity. It's above Koyama, but Koyama's kind of shit here anyway. In the grand scheme of things, he's only a scar. Obsession, he was able to beat, the specialist not high level, but kind of specialist aspects from the HQ, and he had quite a good range on his psychic radar thing. Range, he was able to defeat Dimple, and Dimple's he isn't bragging when he says he's a high level spirit. Shane, the main thing with Shane is he creates a thundercloud. He creates a cloud, and then it's to hunt basically. He does this after ecstasy, and it's better. I'd say it's more useful. With resignation, he's able to momentarily overwhelm the boss and puts him quite close to if he hadn't have raised the power output beyond what he could control, it probably would have been the end of him there. And the strongest, I'm gonna say the strongest because my reasoning's kind of flimsy, but it's killing intent, which seems a bit above resignation in terms of I don't know. And it also causes a physical transformation, which is the same as courage. Because I don't know if that's just the change of art style, but in universe, it's acknowledged that he acts and looks different in courage state. Okay. all that said, there wouldn't probably be all that much use of 100%, just to show off some feats of. I don't think Tatsumaki would really. What you would want to do is kind of stay cautious and kind of drain mob's stamina, because he's got quite shit stamina. But that would be very out of character for him. The more likely scenario involves triple question mark mob. So basically, triple question mark mob is just mob's inner self or truer self, and it kind of comes to terms at the end of the series, but it's basically him, but like without any of the moral philosophy that he normally has. He has psychic power draining to an insane degree, and it basically makes him a hard counter for most Espers. He's definitely multi-battling level just from walking around without actually attacking anything. he enters this state when he's kind of gone unconscious, or Mogali puts it as like when his vessel is broken. Mob's got a few psychic abilities, but I don't really think they'd be of much use. So he's got like chlorokinesis, I think it's called, plant manipulation. He's got astral projection, and he's got radar. I think the one he's kind of got that's the most useful is probably psychokinesis, because that's the one he mainly uses to fight, as well as barriers, obviously. His power is based on emotions, and after using that, he becomes like emotionally and like physically drained, and he just kind of like becomes extremely tired. He also fights in a very straightforward way. He doesn't really tactically think, because he doesn't really need to. He's kind of powerhouse. Okay, let's move on to Tatsumaki. So Tatsumaki is a tornado of terror. She's an Esper in this class hero from One Punch Man. Her feats are kind of they're kind of like insane in terms of like scale compared to Mob. She can lift buildings pretty casually. She dragged a meteor out of space, and she could flip the entire Monster Association headquarters, which destroyed pretty much all of City Z. Those are kind of most discussed and relevant feats in this kind of Mob vs. Tatsumaki thing. I don't think they're the best to use, though. Mainly because of triple question mark Mob psychic draining. Okay, so here's some feats that I think probably would, be like more impressive to some people. Well, not more impressive, but like it just adds fuel to the fire. So she's able to snap the neck of multi-self-burn like instantly. That's a fusion of 1 trillion of him. That's like she one hit KOs a monster. That's like 1 trillion monsters in one. More like this is more of a tactical thing. She has basically complete control over her psychic waves, which is the thing that Fubuki does through a lot of effort. She just does it naturally. And not only that, she doesn't just use it defensively. She turns it into like a powerful attack, which allows her to just completely shred people. That's why the tornado thing comes from, because its spinning psychic waves are kind of like a tornado. She's able to withstand heightened gravity from Psychos, and she doesn't really react to it. She was able to lift Saitama despite, him being Saitama. That's still not the most impressive thing, though. I think her most impressive feat is literally making Saitama's muscles shake by manipulating his aura, which is insane because he's, again, Saitama. So her fighting style is a little more complex than ours. She kind of flicks her opponents away psychically, and if that doesn't work, she kind of lifts them or like tries some other kind of psychic trick. But usually she just throws like stuff at them if it's an especially powerful psychic, that kind of thing. Just general psychic fighting. She's also got a very powerful barrier, which dragon level monsters couldn't even break directly, I don't think. So she's got quite an insane advantage against Mob. She's, several levels above, like even triple question mark Mob in terms of pure scale. but, you know, because of this, she'd probably end up knocking him out right off the bat, which, yeah, it's not gonna fly since triple question mark comes out, and then, you know, it's not gonna go well. With energy draining, I don't think she's gonna be able to, like, resist that. Mob's, like, fighting style, it's too direct, even in triple question mark state. She can probably defend against him using, like, the psychic tornado wave thing, like Fubuki does against Psychos. She's probably able to do that pretty well. Okay, so who would win? I think if I was to, like, give a percentage of who would win, probably Tatsumaki takes it like 4 out of 10, Mob takes it 6 out of 10. I think just psychic draining in general is a little too busted to use against Espers. And this isn't something we've seen him do in triple question mark state, but, like, it's a power he has in one of his deeds. He's literally able to redirect his, like, opponent's attack energy, like, back against them. So, you know, if it does come down to a 100% match, if she does let it out, that's probably another massive advantage for him. Right. But I think she'd win if she played it conscious and used, like, kind of lower level attacks at first, kind of forcing him to exert himself, and then, you know, this terrible stamina just. But I think it would go like this, okay? So Mob starts a fight by trying to use his powers directly against Tatsumaki, like, kind of like how he does it against Kuyama during the claw raid, where he just, like, slams him against the walls, probably because this is death battle, so I don't think, like, pacifism or whatever Mob's personal philosophy really matters here. Like, Tatsumaki immediately beats him with, like, a very superior psychic power, and he gets knocked out. I don't think he gets killed, because he does have quite a sturdy barrier, and I don't think she has anything like telekinetic helix that would, like, break it, like, easily. I think it, you know, probably enough to hurt him, and put him down for a little while, and that'll probably knock him out, and then, you know, yikes, here comes triple question mark Mob, and draining all the energy from the area, including hers, and at that point, he's probably got a massive advantage, and I think Tatsumaki loses at that point, because she's kind of put on the defensive. Like, even with the tornado technique, it only works, like, so well. It doesn't even beat Psychos, it just kind of allows her to defend. Yeah, I definitely don't think Tatsumaki takes this, unless she, you know, plays it cautiously, which is kind of out of character. You know, after that, obviously, Marv goes out of that state and he probably falls asleep as usual. That's kind of my conclusion, my 2 cents on the matter. It was an interesting fight. It's just kind of a shame we'll never actually see it. You know, it's good fun to speculate.